The Amazon stock is in a bad state ever since its Q3 report was announced, but we're still bullish on the stock. So is it a good buy? Sit tight as we answer that by going through recent news as well as my chart analysis and price prediction. But before we do that, subscribe to our channel Stocks 101 for regular stock market updates. The earnings report that led to this crash also had a metric that had a lot of upside, but not a lot of people seem to have noticed it. Amazon's revenue doesn't only depend on its e-commerce services since their advertising business has boomed by 25%, achieving a quarterly revenue of $9.5 billion. Almost every seller on the platform prefers to use Amazon's advertising since it's on platform and has high conversions, which is a win on both sides for the company. It's also important to note that Amazon now has the third biggest advertising business in the United States of America. If we talk about the profit, the industry has an average operating margin of 30%, so that would mean another $11 billion in profits for Amazon. With all that in mind, let's analyze the charts. So as you guys can see right here, we're now in the 1-day chart for Amazon, and as always, we'll first analyze the 1-day chart, then the 1-hour chart, and to end it off, we'll get into the 5-minute chart. But right off the bat, we can see that we've crashed all the way down to a price of $91.35. This is mainly due to Fed's comments, right? The Federal Reserve, James Powell, or Jeremy Powell, I'm sorry for that. He commented on the interest rate hikes and he said that, we probably won't stop hiking interest rates just yet. And, until and unless we fix this entire inflation and job inflation problem. So that seems to be a real issue. But coming back to the price action, of course, we can see that we hit the level of 104 or 105 over here, right? Almost the $105 resistance. And after that, we fell down. Currently, we are making a pin bar candle to the downside, and that too in a red candle, which might indicate that we can break the $90 zone, right? So that's a support. If we break that, of course, our next support, let's see where it lies. Our next support would probably be somewhere around this range, around $87. And below that, right, or after that, it would be around $84. And $80, of course, would be a support as well. It would be psychological. But if we talk about where the stock exactly is headed, as we already talked about the financial and fundamental aspects, I do believe that Amazon can be a good, long-term hold. But of course, this pin bar candle over here, and of course the price action, as well as the Fed's comments, definitely mean that the market is definitely not going to recover for now, right? So should you short the stock? Not exactly. I personally believe that under the level of $100, the Amazon stock is a perfect buy, and I personally will most definitely DCA in this condition, right? DCA all the way. I believe that it will probably get down towards $84 or maybe even to the $80 zone, right? But that could be wrong as well. But as we all know that the stock, of course, has been in a downtrend since a long time, right? So this stock, of course, the company, it inflated during the times of the lockdown because people needed stuff at home. But now that it's done, the inflation that came in the stock's price has now deflated. And after that, of course, we were hit by the inflation and recession part. So that, of course, messed up things as well. But now if we look at the current price action, of course, right, I am bearish on the stock in the short term. But in the long term, I do believe that it is a good buy. If you want to trade it, I'd probably short it, but if you want to get it for long term, then most definitely it is a good buy in my opinion, not financial advice. So now that we're in the 1-hour chart, we can obviously see that we have some resistance levels over here. We made a double top around $97, right? We made another kind of a triple top around 97.75, right? So that's an intraday level. We also have what now has turned into a resistance, but was previously a support at 101 and 25. Right over here, we have another resistance at $94. Currently, of course, we're trying to break the $90 level, but will we succeed? Probably yes. Right, we will definitely get a rebound over here because this, of course, is the first candle of 3rd November. Right, we'll probably get a rebound, but we will most definitely crash this level in the second candle. We might do it in the first candle as well, but I don't see it happening since 90 and 80, 100, these round of levels, these psychological levels have great support. But of course, if we look at the price action, we did get this massive gap down thanks to the earnings report, where we missed out on the revenue target by, well, it was a small number, but it doesn't matter in a bad market. So if I were to predict what's going to happen today, I believe that the stock will probably go down around $88. So this probably would be the lower target, right? We'll probably break $90 in this candle, probably get a pullback for now, get a candle around 91, right? Go down, break 90, break 89.8 or whatever this is, right? We do have a level. Now we'll always have levels below psychological, zones as well. So if a zone is at $100, let's say over here, right? Let me mark this real quick, $100, and we'll probably have a resistance around 100.5 and a support around 99.8, right? So these small levels are also very prevalent, so you should, keep them in mind. Now, as you can see, we're getting that small pullback that I talked about. We might even not break the $90 range, but we will do that. I even if it's not today, it will probably happen tomorrow or some other day, right? But the market eventually will get down to an even lower low, and we already talked about this case in Tesla's, scenario. We already talked about this in Tesla's regard, that Tesla, of course, is going to hit another low. But with that, all big tech, Amazon, Apple, AMD, they will hit another low. With that being said, let's quickly move on into the 5-minute chart to analyze what's really going on in the market. So now that we're in the 5-minute chart, we can see that the scenario definitely does not look good, right? It's completely bearish. Now let me explain why, right? So of course we did get a red candle on the upside. After that, we got a massive green candle. Then we got a pin bar candle on the upside, which was of course green. After that, we got two massive red candles followed by a somewhat of a pin bar candle, and of course this pin bar candle as well. So this is a bearish pattern, right? We first got a reversal pattern over here where we got resisted at the level of 93.5. So this is a prevalent level as well, right? 93.5, 92.5, 91.5. These are prevalent levels. Of course, as you can see, 90.5 is a prevalent level as well. So let's see how the stock performs over there. If this candle closes in as a pin bar, there are two scenarios, right? Either we could recover, which I really don't think will happen, or it's a pretty rare case scenario. Even if we recover, we probably will get another pullback from around the $91.25 range, I believe, right? But I don't see it happening in the first place. So as you can see, we're getting back to 90.7. So, well, we are recovering, right? The rare case scenario just happened to be true. We'll probably get a pullback in my opinion, right? Because this completely is a bullish trend formation. Even if we look at previous days market ending hours, we can see that this entire price action and this entire trend has been carried into the next day. So this is a good way to predict where the next day's market will head, right? If you just look at the closing of that day, you will get an idea of where the market is headed. So coming back to the price, $90.87 headed for 91. Will we be able to break $91? Let's see. Right, the candle has about 3 minutes to close. I probably don't, think that it should cross the level of 91.26 or at least 91.5, but let's quickly see. It might break $91 on the upside again. Anyways, talking about what's going to happen after that, I believe that once we get a pullback, as I already told you, we might just head for the $88 range. Once we do that, we'll probably get another pullback. We'll probably swing around this range. The $90 resistance would be hard to break. So we'll probably make the $80 range, or rather $85 to $90 range, our new home, right? So that's probably where the stock will stay for the next few weeks. So if I were to give the stock a price target, I believe that it can easily, and I mean that easily, it can easily double in price in a year if, of course, market conditions get better, right? The company is fundamentally, it's great. Financially, it's great, right? It has its own pros and cons, of course, but in my opinion, it's probably one of the best companies out there because you see it has dominated the media sector as well. It has dominated ebooks. It has dominated e-commerce, of course. It has dominated what now seems to be advertising, right? It has dominated web services. So I do believe that Amazon has a pretty bright future, and this probably is the perfect time to invest in the company. But then again, remember that I could be wrong, so this definitely was not financial advice, and you should always do your own research before you trade. If, however, you enjoyed my analysis, be sure to hit the like button. If you did not enjoy it, be sure to hit the dislike button. You can subscribe to our channel Stox 101 for more such videos, and as always, I will see you guys in the next one.